Balaji sir and Dr. Lokesh are, and their team are people who are sent directly by God to KLETECH.
God.
Believe me, in my decades of service here in the institute, I have not seen people and a company like Samsung getting associated with any institute anywhere in a number of states. Believe me. We have Lokesh sir and Dr. Balaji. He is not here. He is in another review right now. They are there on the Board of Studies and the Academic Council, the bodies which decide what is to be taught to you people and what is not to be taught to you people. They are people who shoot at us, catch us left and right, pull our legs and hands and everything, and then say, why are you putting this, why are you removing this, put that. See, they are people who guide us continuously on framing your curriculum. Finally, that is to make you people industry ready and make you people current all the time. Not only are these two people coming here, they have come with their colleagues, and see, other companies also keep coming here to our institute, but normally it will be one or two people coming, but here they come in holds. And then Balaji sir goes back and says immediately next day or next week at least there will be what is the action taken. He wants an action taken report. With the result, what is happening is he's changing the culture here in our institute. They have conducted workshops, technical workshops here in our institute. They have conducted communication skills workshop here, driving home the importance of communication for the students, because see, Balaji sir tells us that see, communication is critical. See, this team is mainly from the R&D team, of course, the HR executive also here, but even their communication is so critical. Then they have, see, for a hackathon, they have brought 6 people to conduct the hackathon here. Communication skills, sir has come with 6 other people. Training of our staff at Samsung R&D, see, on intelligent systems, and now that training is turning out to be an elective here in our campus. It is being launched from this semester itself. Then we have them giving projects to our students. Not only giving projects, they in turn catch us left and right, believe me. In fact, so many faculty members here will be getting worried the moment Balaji sir is coming here. Right? Right now, project reviews are going on. There's a big team from Samsung which is involved in reviewing those projects. And then they have also taken PhD interns and guiding the PhD candidates also. So this is to give you an overall idea of how Samsung is working for us and how so many people are working behind the scene for the benefit of students. In fact, we have not seen any other company working like this. Rather, they have become our close relatives. You know what is a close relative, right? Yes. Thank you, sir. I would say thank you is too small a term to convey our gratitude to these people. I think I request all of you to stand up quickly and give them a...
So, I think it's getting ready. First of all, sincere apologies. The flight got delayed because of a very deep fog, and it was delayed by 2 hours, and was sitting on the tarmac. And again, I'm very sorry. I'm very embarrassed to stand in front of you, and please accept my apologies for the same. I think KLE is very dear to me, and about 2 years back when we came in for a session, I don't know how many of you were there, maybe you were not there, and the thing that I like the most is what I'm seeing even today. the parity, sir. I nowhere, whichever the schools I go, I see this kind of gender parity. This is the only school where I see equal distribution almost of the genders. I think I'm very proud to be associated with such school. So I think another thing that we do believe, and also the way we have been received by Desai sir and Ashok sir and his entire team is unbelievable. And whatever the recommendations that we have given, unconditionally they have taken those recommendations, and we are clearly seeing the progress of the KLE students and the faculty. Trust me, the faculty themselves are working so hard with us to upgrade their skills and to listen to us. They came for training there, and 2 of your research scholars are working. And we treat those research scholars exactly just like any other engineer, no exception. Same coding guidelines, same way of knowledge acquisition. That will only help this to become better. In fact, I was joking with Loki. I think we should leave Samsung and go and join KLE permanently as faculty, or whatever the capacity we can be. But you're in an excellent place, and what you're going to see is Manu, and he will explain you exactly what this prism is. This is all about prism. And I have been telling Manu for about maybe 2-3 months now. He's getting a first-hand information of what this school is all about. With no further ado, I will let Manu to. You want a few more minutes? Yeah. While he's doing that, if you have any questions, we can talk about it. Prism, we'll talk about it. It's further expansion of what Desai sir talked about, industry and your collaboration to enhance your skills unselfishly. That is the word. Because we know that we cannot take all the 600 members sitting here into our organization. But if you can create the knowledge base and share and prepare you for the industry, you are enhancing the reputation of KLE and to yourself also compared to other students coming in. And my dream is the students going out of KLE should be equal to or even better than some of the tier 1 colleges they are coming out of. That's the dream that we are going to be, and I think we are going to make it happen. And embedded intelligence that we have done is the first step. How many of you know that embedded intelligence course here? Anybody? Yeah, raise your hands. Yeah, oh, you do? Okay. How many of you would like to work on artificial intelligence? So, how many of you don't know what machine learning is? So, everyone knows what is machine learning, is it? Okay, so this is good that you don't know, and the Prism is going to introduce such opportunities in many areas of how we can bring in this AI into the concepts of whether it is voice, whether it's vision, whether it's mechanical engineering, structural engineering, civil engineering, biomedical engineering. There's no barrier for this area, but to get there, you have to be very strong in mathematics. It's very simple. So pay attention to your mathematics. Whenever you are ready, the stage is yours. When I say mathematics, it's linear algebra, probability, statistics. This is not dependent on any branch. It is independent of the branch. With that, sir, if you are ready, you can take over the podium. Thank you, guys.
Hello, good morning everyone. So I have been told that there are around 400 or 500 people over here. Can you just tell me how long have you been waiting for us?
1 hour.
Half hour, 1 hour? Okay, I'm sorry to keep you waiting over here for that. And considering that there are 400 to 500 students over here, the energy level is slightly low. So I'll just start with a short video of what Samsung does in India and globally, so that we can bring up this energy level. some kind of energy in all of you. So once again, good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, thank you. So please don't call me sir. I'm just slightly older to you. It's okay. Okay, so how many students are there today from second year? Okay, and please put your hands down. Third year? Okay, so there are more second year students. So I hope that the second year students can take this opportunity to learn about Samsung, not only from us, but also from your seniors. You have almost 2 years, 1.5 years. So just take this learning opportunity and you can learn along with us and your senior batch also. Okay. So once again, it gives me a lot of pleasure and excitement to start off 2019 with the students and professors of KLE Hubli. I was introduced to KLE Hubli by Dr. Lokesh. I know that his team has had engagements with your college for the past several years. There have been several kinds of engagements which has culminated in having project work starting in 2018. Now, these two teams of Dr. Lokesh, VIG team and on-device team, they have had a great experience working with you over the past few months. The feedback that was given for the engagement was very encouraging. Okay, I know there are challenges down the line, but considering that it was the first kind of an engagement, it was very positive. So this is one of the reasons why we have come over here. Samsung Prism is going to take that kind of engagement, the project work, to a next level. Okay, we don't want to restrict it to one kind of technology with only one kind of branch or two. We will expand this project to multiple layers and multiple branches. But before we delve into the details of this program, I was planning to introduce Mr. Balaji and Manu, but that has already been done, so I'll just remove that part. I would actually now like to invite Mr. Shri Manu to tell you before the details of the Samsung Prism program. He would tell you about the world of Samsung, Samsung Research, and Samsung Research in India and Bangalore.
Thank you, sir. All right. I think good near to good afternoon, but good morning on this day. We are sorry once again. So this prism was conceptualized a few months back, but of course we have taken some threads from what's happening in KLE for some time from Balaji and Lokesh's engagement over here. Prism, what does Prism stand for? We should see. Preparing and inspiring students' mind. Prism is a word which represents students. It's for students from Samsung. It is preparing and inspiring students' mind. That's what Prism means. Today, what I'll be talking on for the next 10 minutes is what is Samsung. I would like to introduce Samsung. It's my pleasure to introduce Samsung. I've been working with Samsung for almost 2 decades, so I will explain about Samsung. I'm proud to do that. And what is Prism? After that, there will be a talk by Balaji, a glimpse of what technology is about at this point of time, what's happening in the industry. Because we believe there's a lot of disconnect between the academics and the industry, and we are here to bridge that gap. We will do our best, whatever we can do, we'll try to do that bridge. And Prism is that process. In that process, it's in the journey. Prism will help to connect between the academic and the industry. That's the precise thing about Prism. And we will also explain what is Prism at the end, because if you explain Prism at the beginning, then we'll lose the thing. So we'll explain Prism at the end. And who should join and why they should join. We'll explain what is it in Prism for you. It's for you. So we'll explain why you should join Prism. So that's the agenda for today. Now Samsung was started around 80 years back. It's not a new company. It's 80 years back it was started. It started from a grocery company to shipbuilding, construction, whatnot. Currently, we are number 6 in Interbrand. Global Interbrand, we are number 6. Our brand value is around $50 billion. It's not a small company, it's a global company. $50 billion is our value in terms of brand. We are number 5 in BCG, number 12 in Fortune 500, and number 26 in Forbes. These are some of the metrics which each company can measure themselves, where they stand across all other companies. So we are no less than any other MNC company. We are among the top few companies, I would say. We are present in 73 countries, and India is one among them. We are present in 73 countries. And we have 15 regional offices, 39 production sites, 35 R&D centers, and 7 design offices. This is the magnitude of Samsung. I think you should appreciate. Samsung doesn't publicize itself well, but this is the magnitude of what Samsung is. So, Samsung as a global company, how we have organized ourselves is 3 business units and 1 research unit. In terms of IT and mobile communication, basically it handles the mobile business. You would have been familiar with the mobile phones. The network business, when I say network business, Reliance Jio. How many of you use Reliance Jio? Please raise your hand. The entire backbone of Reliance Jio is done by Samsung throughout India. The entire pan-India network of Reliance Jio is from Samsung. Right? That's the magnitude. I don't think there is any one vendor who has deployed their network across India. Right? One vendor, and Samsung is such a vendor. For Reliance Jio, we have put the entire network. The next is the consumer electronics. In consumer electronics, it is about the visual display. All the display, TV display, and all the stuff comes here. Then digital appliance is about your washing machines and things. Next is the device solutions, where the memory, chip, those things are handled in this business. We belong to SRIB, that's Samsung Research India Bangalore, and this falls under the research organization of Samsung. So this is how we are structured globally. Let me talk about what is Samsung in India. We have 3 research centers in India. One is SRIB, of course the biggest, SRIN, which is in Noida, and SRID, which is in Delhi. If I have to talk about Bangalore, we are around 3,000 plus R&D engineers working here. We predominantly work for global products which are sold across the globe and as well as India. We also contribute significant number for network software. These are main, but I can talk about it. We are 22 years old in Bangalore, so we are not new. In India, we are 22 years from an R&D perspective. From a production perspective, we are around 24 years. We have been manufacturing in India from 24 years. Noida typically works on the mobile software and India solutions. And Delhi is for home appliances and B2B. So this is how our R&R is about. Apart from this, we have 2 factories. The biggest factory in Noida, and we have 1 more factory in Chennai. So these are 2 big manufacturing factories what we have in India. Coming about what is Samsung India Bangalore's main charter. Our focus areas are in 5 domains. Of course, we have other things, but our majority focus is 5. One is communication. Maybe you would have heard about 4G and all the stuff which you are using currently, but 5G is coming soon. We are a pioneer in this, and we have around 400 people working in 5G, 400 to 500 people working in 5G. Next is multimedia, which Balaji heads. He's the head of this multimedia and camera. We have the ownership of the mid-tier camera. So any camera coming out, what you see less than, let's say 25,000, 30,000, it's all handled by Balaji. So why is it important? Today phone sells with camera. People want, camera is one of the selling features. So camera is very important, and we hold that in Bangalore. Intelligence, this is the area where all companies are working. Not just companies, if you see any technology trends or anything, everywhere this intelligence is becoming pervasive. When I say pervasive, the entire society is going to change based on this intelligence. It is not far. Even though this intelligence word was used maybe for past 2 decades, I think this is the time where it is becoming reality. So please be aware, the entire society, the way we work, the way we think, all that is going to change shortly. It's not far. It's maybe, in my experience, I would say in the next 2-3 years, you are going to see the difference. Already in phones, in your devices, intelligence is already getting in. It's very short that you can find it everywhere. So we have around 600 people working in this intelligence, mainly voice, vision, on-device data. So all kinds of intelligence we are working. We have around more than 600 people in intelligence. We have hired the best from the US across the globe. We have the best people in Bangalore. The next domain is the IoT domain. IoT is catching up. We have invested a lot in IoT. We have around 300 people working on the IoT. We believe since we are an electronics device company, we have to be in IoT. So that is one area we are focusing on. These two gentlemen head, Dipesh Shah heads, he's our MD, and Alok Nante, I think he had come over here before. He is the CTO, so these are two gentlemen heading the organization. Our main mission is, to create USP. USP is unique selling proposition. To make a feature which sells in the market, in a device it sells in the market, that's USP, and for make for India. Typically you would have heard make in India last 3 years, 4 years, right? Samsung has been making in India for almost 20 plus years. So for us, what is new? We are already making in India. So then our management decided in Gurgaon saying, oh, no, make in India is old for us. We will make for India. We will create devices for Indian people. We go to Indian people, understand what they need, and we create those solutions, products for India. So we are one step ahead of our competitors in terms of making devices in India for India. Right? This is not, we don't typically bring in, of course, some components, but we don't bring in global products and try to sell here. We conceptualize products here, we make the products, we understand consumer needs, and then we deliver those products. So that's about it. Of course, we are contributing to our flagship product like S9, S9 Plus, Note 9. Soon it will be S10 in a month or so. Then watch, all kinds of products. I'm not here to sell our products here. So it's about an introduction of where our R&D people are contributing to. Some of the examples here where we are doing Make for India, Samsung Pay, we have done for India. Pay Mini was exclusively done for India as the first. Mall is for India, MOT5 was India. Like this, we have many solutions in mobile which we are doing for India, as well as for other washing machines and refrigerators are also made for India. To show you what is research for us, how important is it? We are, 2018, we are number one in terms of MNCs who have filed the patent. We have so far filed more than 2,900, maybe by now we have reached 3,000 patents in India. It's not global. Globally, we are number one in patents. Even in India, we are number one in patents from an MNC R&D perspective. We have 3,000 patents filed so far. So, India or globally, we are number one. We are proud to say that. I believe Prism is one area where you can join Samsung and then start getting that innovative mindset. And that Prism is one step towards that. Next, I would like to introduce Balaji. Balaji introduction is done. So he will briefly, for 20 minutes, he will show you the glimpse of the technology what we are working in. Maybe you may understand bits and pieces, but it is important for you to see the difference of what you study in your college and what is happening in the world. So we want you to be industry ready, and that's what Prism is all about. Let me tell you, in AICT there are more than 1 million engineering seats per year. Sir, am I correct? And level more than 10 lakhs plus in India, right? The industry needs are completely different. So we believe we can bridge this gap through Prism. May not be immediately, it will take few years, few months or whatever, but let's begin our journey towards that. We will make you ready, and I'll explain about the Prism at a later point of time, but Balaji sir, I invite you for a glimpse of what he and his team and SRIB are doing. Just a glimpse. Balaji. Big hand for Balaji.
I think what I will do is, so far it's not boring, right? Something we are keeping up and trying to say something here, right? Can I hear some yes loudly? Yes. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's turn off the light and play this video, please. Can you? Once again, let's turn on this light. Is it possible? Yeah, if it is possible, then it will be clear for them. And let's take a look at that. What this intelligence means. We keep talking about it, isn't it? Small glimpse of what intelligence is all about. And see, the camera that you are using in all your phones today, and that has actually gone past the typical image capture phenomena. It is more of how our eyes and our brains detect. You know, when we go through our eyes, back of our brain, there is an occipital lobe. And then the eye sends signal to your lobes here. That's what we call vision lobes in the parlance. And that spreads a difference of chemical composition in the brain, sending the messages to billions of neurons that is there in our brain to say that, oh, there is half of this section here is boys, another half section is girls. That's how my mind is relating. Of which, if I to the left, parallelly, it is saying that of this half, 70% of them are boys here, another 30% of them are girls here. How is it doing? What's happening? And also our eyes can see from 180 degrees, but your cameras cannot see 180 degrees, right? Now, how do we do that? Because if your camera, if you see, even with 3 cameras coming in the rear, in fact, this year we designed a product with 4 cameras. It's actually released. There are 4 cameras in the back side and 2 cameras in the front, right? How do we use them? How do we, looking at, suppose if you're standing in front of a sea and you're trying to take an image of you, but the camera will come back and say that, hey, wait a minute, if the sea is going to be there in the background, let us switch it immediately to the wide angle. You see my point? You don't have to go and manually do everything. The device will intelligently tell you what to do. And also, each one of you use your mobile nodes very uniquely. And Samsung mobile node is the only node where, without sharing your information to the backend server, we can construct real-time behavior of the context tied to each one of you. So there's a catch here. We don't share the data in the server, unlike the other companies where the dissection of the data and the context creation is available for them. But we do it on the device. How do we do it? And this needs to be done very quickly, in milliseconds, because our eyes can look at an image and infer the data within less than 1, 2, 3 milliseconds. It's continuously processing the data while helping me talk also, because the data is coming and I'm taking the data and relating it back to my conversations also. So imagine the power. That's why wear a helmet when you're driving, at least from now onwards. Yeah, so what I'm going to show very quickly, as Manu said, I take care of the 3 areas. One is the vision intelligence, on-device intelligence, and camera systems. Because camera systems is nothing without these 2 intelligence going forward, right? And voice intelligence is also there. It is actually taken care by one of my colleagues, which you will hear from them. So next slide, please. Oh, I have to do it myself. You guys spoiled me actually. Can you please? Yeah, what you see, no, previous one please. Yeah, what you see there is 3-year, what it's going to be in terms of the vision. This is real, right? Whether it is augmented reality, whether it is context-based image capturing, video tagging. When you take the video, you can tag certain part of it, because you guys are all ex-gens now. You don't have time to analyze everything. If I can tell you in the video you have taken something very interesting about, who you are looking at, what is your interest, which photo should be presented to you in the video, how you take out some of the information in the video out of the picture so that you don't have to go and search. All those things are going to be there. Then 5G is getting delivered. How do you bring in the holographic behavior across, right? A combination of multimedia and the 5G pipeline that is getting created. So, and then, you know, the IoT platform, how we can do the streaming. Bendable display is getting released in April of this year. The first phone from Samsung where you can bend the display. The moment you bend the display, the front becomes the display. You open the display, it becomes a TV for you. And how do we bring in differentiation on that? So opportunities are plenty. And of course, keyboard, how we are going to use social robots. 3D is becoming a reality, particularly in the context of medical and many other use cases, right? So that's where the industry is going. So how do we help you? How do we prepare you? That is what he's going to talk about the Prism. Next slide, please. So if you look into the 2019 technology trends, everything is tied to intelligence. Which are the field? By the way, intelligence is not, as they say in Hindi, intelligence is not the BOP of computer science electrical. It has nothing to do with computer science electrical. People who are sitting here from other branches, everywhere it is applicable. Okay, so in fact, mathematics people are doing extremely good job in this area than the computer science and electrical engineering. Unfortunately, you guys have to deal with it for the next 20 years. If you want to have a build nice career in intelligence area, which you have to, it's not an option, you have to, then you got to strengthen your maths, because everything starting from applied AI, advanced machine learning, intelligent application, everything you see there on the board, it's not done by Samsung, it is done by Gartner. You go and do 2019 technology trends on Google, you can do it right now, you will see this picture, right? So, next slide please. Let's give a glimpse of what happens there. If you look into the applied AI, the advanced, what we are trying to do is, I'm trying to do an image capture there. When you are trying to do the image capture, you need to have the same view as that of what I see in the front row versus what I see in the back row in our eyes. And today, that solution is called as bokeh solution. And how do you do the bokeh solution? What we do is, unfortunately, like my brain is composing all the contents far and near at the same time, what we do is, we take a section of this one, we segment it out, take out the picture, and take another picture with the back, and we do the superimposition using some of the neural model to simulate our occipital lobe behavior. That's what we are trying to do. And you can see that there, that's what is happening front and the back and the segmentation. Next slide, please. So if you go to the next slide, what you see at the bottom is a very interesting one. We are analyzing you. We are watching you. When I say we are not watching you, we are watching through the device of your behavior and build the characteristics about each one of you to decide what you want to do. Because this is very critical to enhance the business propositions. What cafe you go to, who do you meet, do you go for running in the evening, those kind of things. And as you can see that it keeps changing depending on where you land, because I like coffee, it is just showing me coffee shops there, right? And it's my device, that's what it is showing, but it can be unique for every one of you. Next slide, please. It will take some time. Yeah, this one, yeah, this works actually. Can you go back and come? Yeah, go back. Yeah, so what you see next, if Manu can get it, so you will see the, augmented reality and also the drone concepts coming in, where the drone has an outside view of a particular image. What we are trying to do is, how can we get the inside view of an image so that you can analyze, particularly from the health and medical, a particular body and the internal organs, so on and so forth. This is one of the activities. Again, a lot of intelligence is happening. That's okay, Manu. Next slide, please. Yeah, now it started working. So you can see there, the drone is also getting up, and you will see that it goes around that idle. And this is, by the way, one of the activities that we are doing with Dr. Uma ma'am. And she has done a fantastic job, which you will see in a minute. And we are collaborating very deeply with Dr. Uma ma'am to do the Humpy reconstruction, where we are taking some of the knowledge from KLE and using it as a part of our own internal products also. It's a very deep collaboration that we are having with Uma ma'am. Next slide, please. And what you see here is very interesting. And you see at the top, you guys are used to doing the video recording. When you are doing the video recording, what if for a special moment of your choice, I choose a 1 second video, and within that 1 second, I pick up only about, if it is 30 frames per second, I pick up those 15 frames and then I elongate that to create an illusion for you. This is called as super slow motion. And it's got released 1 year ago, and we are doing very interesting functions on the top of that. And that's what you see there. And at the bottom, what you're seeing is the reconstruction of some of the monuments, which is clearly driven by Uma ma'am and his team. She had this technology. We were working on the technology. We said that let's join hands, right? So we built the projects, and it's been 1 year, and ma'am, Meena ma'am and the team, they are all successfully completed that, and we are going in the right direction. It's applicable to many things, whether it's medical data, whether it is augmented reality, reconstruction. Many things are happening. In fact, I hear that ma'am is trying to do something under the water now, how we can send the drones and reconstruct. Because you can't get the actual data, you need to use artificial intelligence to reconstruct those such patterns. Next, please. Actually, I want to tell you, I don't know whether civil engineering students are here, how the AI is applicable. What they have done is, they have built the metro in Bangalore, and one of the metro pillars got cracked. And to do what they have done is to make sure that pillar is, deficiency is not there all around Bangalore. They have put several sensors there, and based on the sensor behavior, they are using AI data in Unit of Science to decide whether the structural quality is bad, what the weakness is, why that weakness has occurred, what are the conditions that the weakness has occurred, and they are using AI for that. Just FYI. Of course, conversation system is another key area, and which we call in our side Bixby. We are playing a very key role in terms of, many of you would have seen Alexa, yeah, and we have a very deep conversation system that is going into place. Next slide, please. So very quickly, I will tell you what a neural acquisition platform is, because you guys, at least when you get into that, you should not be superfluous in your view of, I know machine learning. So if you want to know machine learning, what you should not say in the interview or in your career, I'm going to tell you. Next slide, please. So if you see, many of you, when they say in the interview, can I have the, this is, yeah. So many of you will answer saying that, oh yeah, we know machine learning, and you would have taken some cafe model, some TensorFlows, which is available free in the net, and you have taken those algorithms without understanding, and taken some images going available in the web, and then you say, yeah, I know machine learning because I have done the segmentation. No. The high school dropouts also know about TensorFlows now. You all, every one of you here in this room need to know, independent of your branch, whether it's second year, third year, first year, what is a tensor, what is a convolution, what is a TensorFlow, what is a cafe model. You got to know this. It's important. There's no escape out of it. So better start learning now. Once you do that, I saw a lot of second year students. I'm still sure that you are taking some mathematics course. You better be very, very thorough with matrix multiplication. That's all I'm asking for. Know the concept of matrix multiplication and don't forget the rest of your life. Because entire convolution that we do, 80% of them is MATMUL. Now, when you do matrix multiplication, please pay attention to probability and statistics also. These are the three subjects. So you need to know what these things are, and the moment you say, I know this, I will take you into convolution and tensor, and we'll drive you into the matrix multiplication, and then probability, statistics. You give me those three, I'll take you. Forget about everything, it's so important, but these three, if you want to survive the next 20 years,
You got to be going through this one. Is it clear to everyone? Can you say yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I'm not making it up. It is there in the industry. Okay, and that is what we look for when you come for interview. Communication, mathematics, mathematics. Now, if you see further, how do you go back? Back. Yeah, here if you see further, look at the full system, and that is why I wanted to bring to this slide. When you say machine learning, there is one layer of neural model which get executed through your inferencing schemes called TensorFlow and Caffe model. But how do you execute them? What is a node graph? Because we are trying to simulate our brain, and it's a bunch of node graph. That's it. So when you take a node graph, how do you execute? Will you execute on CPU? If you did on CPU, then it will take about 3 seconds for us to inference that what is the crowd doing here, what is the characteristic. But you got to do it in 15 seconds, 15 milliseconds. Then you go to GPU. If you go to GPU, you are going to heat up the system. Right? Even that is not good enough. Then they are doing digital signal processor DSP. Yeah, you can do it, but it's an 8-bit engine. From a 32-bit engine, transitioning to an 8-bit engine or a 16-bit engine, you have to do the memory mapping. The reason why I'm telling all these things, I started with mathematics, I started with linear algebra, probability, and matrix multiplication. Now, for those of you sitting in EE and computer science, you need to know what a cache is, what a page swap is, what is a 32-bit data structure, what is a 64-bit data structure. It's very, very critical. Without that, you cannot reach at 16 milliseconds, because you remember every 33 milliseconds once our mind and our eyes are capable of detecting change. So you need to understand the picture, how it goes to end to end. That is when you become a machine learning engineer, at least conceptually, if not more. Next slide, please. In the next slide, you see. In the next slide you see these are some of the very interesting solutions coming up in you are the preview to what is going to happen this weekend. In fact, I was in San Diego to see if we can get all these things going. For the last 18 months it is going on. And I showed you a video of a 3D emoji with a dance. And how do we do that? We first create your image and using some neural model. And then we are going to transpose your image, full image back to that, and we do the emoji, and you stand in front of that, we'll make you dance, right? I'll show you a video of that. Next, please. So, this was a very important point. You guys, when you code, you don't care in terms of memory, in terms of power, in terms of performance. You just use your variables left and right? No. In the embedded, every variable counts. In fact, to add a variable, there's a committee. You have to get the approval why a new variable is added there. Because we are talking about 16 milliseconds, 20 milliseconds, 8 milliseconds. If you don't do that, then the rendering when you do to the user, when you guys buy the phone, you are going to feel bad. What kind of junk phone is this? That's what the reaction is going to be. Right? Therefore, it's of some of the things and how we are comparing. And in terms of the inferencing, training you do on the server, inferencing you do on the device. Clear? Yeah? Okay. Anyone here know that when the device learns, it also sends the message back to server. What is it called as? Anybody knows what is a federated learning? No? Okay, you will learn that as you go through. Next slide, please. So, if one other thing that I want this team here in the audience to know. CPU is measured in hertz and some operations per second. GPU again in some operations per second. But NPU, the hardware, the brain that you are simulating is called as TOPS. TOPS TOPS. Right? And this is, you can see at the bottom, tera operations per second. It's a common performance metric used among the SOCs now. You got to know that. The first question, how do you measure, what is the measuring unit for a neural execution platform? TOPS. What is a TOP? Tera operations per second. Okay. Next slide, please. So, some of the learning algorithms, focus areas, you guys, this is the latest one. As of yesterday, these are the things that the industry is focusing on. but you can continue to learn addition algorithms. There is a shallow learning, there is a supervised, unsupervised. You will learn all these things, don't worry. I just wanted to get used to the concepts. I want to overwhelm you. I want to overwhelm you knowing fully well you don't know. Because then the Prism is going to see how you can help. Or outside of the Prism, you will go and learn yourself because there are many courses available online. Next slide, please. So what I will do is this time I will stop because heterogeneous computing will be too much. We will take it as a course and we will hand over now. I think I did okay in 20 minutes, right? And now I think I will give back to Manu for just I want to tell you one thing. This gentleman here, it was just like he was an engineer joining my team about 20 years back as a new grad, and today he is my peer. This is beautiful, isn't it? No, he's doing very well. Now what I'm trying to say is it's all about hard work and sincere and ethics. That's it. Okay, with that, let's give him a big round of applause.